Hello everybody and welcome to the United Stands. I'm Mark Goldbridge with your latest Manchester United news, and the biggest problem we've got today is Manchester United's transfer policy, which is absolutely crap. We're going to talk about that. There are rumours that we're still in talk with Bayern Munich for Pavard or maybe Gravenberch, but the bottom line is it's absolutely terrible. Now, you might ask, what's this background all about? Hola, I'm still in Spain, but my big problem is traffic noise, but also heat. I was doing a video on That's Football earlier and the phone just cut out because it's so hot, so I'm sort of under a tree at the moment. Big thanks to Fellaini. Anyway, let's get flying into it. I mean, I'm not in a great mood, if I'm being completely honest. I'm absolutely gutted about the Maguire deal falling through. I just think that, you know, I've said this about a few people and I'm going to say it right now. I don't believe the transfer window for Manchester United has been that good. I really don't. And I also think as well that you've just, you know, until somebody's holding up a shirt or until the deals are done, you can't start saying Murta madness and what a great transfer window it's been, because I don't think it has. I think Rasmus Højlund, Onana, Mount and the other deals that we've done, I've completely forgot. I've been on this trailer. Who else did we buy this summer? I've had too many. I've got sunstroke. Who else have we bought this summer? Højlund, Onana, Mount, and this is terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. We bought somebody else. Who else have we bought this summer? I can't think. Yeah, I just had to go off camera there and debate with myself who else we'd bought. We haven't bought anybody else, have we? That's the big thing. We haven't actually bought anybody else. That's terrifying. That makes it even worse. But I think in relation to the summer transfer window, it's been an absolute farce. I don't subscribe to Murta madness. The football club is still dictated to by incompetence that wouldn't occur at a Bayern Munich or a Real Madrid or a PSG or a Manchester City or a Chelsea. Effectively, Man United accepted a bid for Harry Maguire, and he's staying at the club because he wants to stay at the club. That shouldn't be happening. That shouldn't be happening at any club, and it shouldn't be happening at Manchester United. And there's one reason for it: incompetence. Now, whether that's the CEO, the director of football, or whether it's the owners of the football club, the trouble is when Harry Maguire says, "I'm not going unless you pay me off," and Manchester United are in debt and owned by the Glazers, and United say, "We're not paying you off," you end up keeping a player that the manager clearly doesn't want. How does he progress? How do you progress a football club when he wants to sell a player, but nobody will, you know, but you can't sell him? So I think I find that really silly, in the sense that, you know, it should be easy to get rid of Harry Maguire, but ultimately, you know, it's not possible. So I don't really know why that's happened. And well, I do know why it's happened. It's happened because of the Glazers, and it's happened because of pure incompetence. So if you want to progress, you know, does Pep Guardiola sell Laporte and then Man City go, "Oh, he wants a bit of a payoff, so we're going to keep him, so you can't go and buy the player you want to replace him with"? I mean, that's how ridiculous it is. But people last week were like, "Oh, I feel sorry for Harry Maguire getting booed. Oh, you know, I feel sorry for him getting booed. All the best, Harry." And I was like, wait till he's held up the shirt before you start virtue signalling. At the end of the day, maybe those booers were ahead of the game now, because you've got a player now that's staying at the football club who doesn't get picked, who's going to lose his England squad to Colwell with any luck, because Colwell's better, and he would rather stay at this football club as fourth choice centre back than go and get a move because of money. I hope United find the money for Pavard and he becomes sixth choice centre back, because you know what, we've got to be very careful here. I saw something last night, and this is a bit controversial. I saw something last night about Mason Mount's brother, you know, about a Talk Sport tweet or something like that, which was bang out of order, let's be honest. It was a Mason Mount debut, no tackles, no passes, etc. And then his brother's like, "Oh, this is really unfair about how you're treating Mason Mount," and you know, and then loads and loads of United aggregators were retweeting it. And I thought, you know what, at the end of the day, I couldn't give a toss about Mason Mount's brother, and I certainly don't want to see it retweeted off the United Stand, because ultimately the answer to that is for Mason Mount himself to show that he's good enough for Man United. We don't need to be a charity after his first game. I believe in Mason Mount and I think he'll come good, but I think, you know, this is what Man United's become. We've become champions of charity, effectively. We've become sympathisers when football's not a bloody charity. Football's about winning. And, you know, if Mason Mount's been slagged off by TalkSport, his brother doesn't need to be retweeted by United aggregators to feel sorry for Mason Mount. Mason Mount needs to go and shut TalkSport up. It's as simple as that. You know, there used to be a manager of Man United called Sir Alex Ferguson, and we used to have players like Roy Keane who, when they got criticised, they read it ate it and bounced back. Now you get criticised. Oh, it's not fair on him. He's a good, nice lad. I want Mason Mount to do well. Shove it up their arse. Ram it down their throats. That's what needs to happen. I'm fed up of this sympathetic approach to Manchester United. Oh, give him a chance. Oh, don't boo him, this, that and the other. If people want to boo poor performances, I don't actually agree with it. But look, we're trying to be good. We're trying to be great. And back on the point, it's a joke what's happening at United. We heard Romano saying today that United might not be able to buy Amrabat until they sell another midfielder. Let's go through the list. Dean Henderson should have been sold, staying. Donny van de Beek should have been sold, not even been loaned yet. Harry Maguire should have been sold, not gone yet. Brandon Williams, massive money, should have been sold, not gone yet. Who else? Scott McTominay, £30 million. You're never going to get that offered again. I mean, somebody said to me in the bar last night, it was Darren Rogers in Palma Nova, and somebody said to me last night, being offered £30 million for Scott McTominay and turning it down is like doing a big dump, someone running in and saying, I'll give you 60 quid for that before you flush it. It's ridiculous. Like, why would you not take that money? Especially when you need Amrabat. So I feel sorry for Ten Hag. He'll come out and lie because that's what he does. He'll come out and talk about motivation and players doing better and Harry Maguire's got to do better and Dean Henderson's always been in his thoughts, like he's getting into his pyjamas thinking about Dean Henderson. Not a chance. What's happening at Manchester United is a farce. Erik Ten Hag is having to toe the line more and more, and we are failing the manager and the fans again. Do not tell me that this season is about challenging for a title when you are keeping people like Dean Henderson, Scott McTominay, Harry Maguire, Donny van de Beek, Brandon Williams, all players that we know are up for sale, but are ultimately being kept because we can't sell them. A football team is not just about the manager. It is not just about the goal scorer. It is about everybody working together in unity. And you see it at other clubs like Chelsea, Man City, even Liverpool to a certain extent. They have won things regardless of what people think about them. And Erik Ten Hag wants to achieve things. He wants to be successful, but then he can't move players on. I mean, if you've said to Harry Maguire, you're not my captain and you're up for sale, and then he's staying and he's still at the club, how does that help the dressing room? How does that help the changing room? How does that help the club? And I think that this is something that really is just, I find it disgusting. I mean, look, a lot of people will overhype it because of what happened against Wolves, and Wolves was worrying, I'll be honest with you. But on the other hand, we did get 3 points. But what I do worry about is that the lack of options, the fact that if things go wrong with Varane or Martinez, you're going to have to use Maguire. If something goes wrong with, Casemiro, it will be Scott McTominay. It's terrifying, and the fact that Ten Hag actually had a viable alternative to that you'd have Pavard or Todibo instead of Maguire, or you'd have Onana and Amrabat instead of McFred, and ultimately he's got to keep these players because John Murtaugh's crap at his job, because Richard Arnold's crap at his job, because the Glazers are bad owners. I said it was going to bite us in the arse that the Glazers kept us this summer, and it's biting us in the arse. Now, there is a couple of weeks for them to save it, but ultimately I said that this transfer window is a 6 out of 10 for me, and people started waxing lyrical about, oh, Onana and Mount and Højlund, and I like those players, I really, really do, but it's not even half a job, is it? If you're being absolutely honest, it's not even half a job, because they've still got loads and loads and loads of players that, look, for me, this transfer window, I said it in May, I said it in June, I said it in July, and I'll say it here in August. This summer transfer window was about selling players, and we couldn't sell ice cream on a sunny day. We couldn't sell ice cream here. I'd sell loads of ice creams. Loads of people have walked past. If I had some ice creams that are sold out, John Murtaugh would be eating it himself. We have failed in relation to sales, and that is a joke. And the fact that people are trying to polish a turd and saying they've done a good job, Mark. I mean, I heard somebody say today, oh, what's Murtaugh supposed to do? What's Arnold supposed to do when Harry Maguire won't leave? I said, if I was John Murtaugh, Harry Maguire wouldn't be at this club anymore. I'd be like, mate, you are not playing for this club. You will be in the reserves. You are not part of our plans. You can ask for your 200 grand a week payoff, and we can negotiate that down, but you are not playing at this football club. You are not having a second chance. You are finished. And that's what Pep would do, and he would be backed. But United go, £30 million from West Ham, Ten Hag, do you want it? I do, yes, get rid of him. Oh, Eric, just before you go into this press conference or leave for the day, bit of bad news about Harry, he won't go. Yeah, that's not my job, I've told you to get rid of him. Yeah, but he won't go, so he's part of your plans, see you later. Hello everybody, I've got no idea what's going on. The camera just cut out then, but make sure you smash a like on the video. We got 10,000 likes on the video yesterday, so if you're liking these holiday updates, Judith Chalmers has got nothing on Goldbridge, make sure you smash a like. And don't forget, I've dropped the links in the video description for the podcast. Give it a listen, but get your comments in below about everything I've said. Has it been a good summer transfer for Manchester United, or is it descending into another Glazer nonsense? Get your comments in below.